gets thrown in situ.
Eh?
Before the ball gets thrown in.
Before a ball gets thrown in here. How are we going down there now? Any white smoke down below?
I don't know about down below. Fingers crossed it doesn't rain up here.
I know.
Bits missing, is there?
Gur mai ge fogus tá fáilte roimh an seo go dtí an Ollscoil na Banríona an uachtar cheantar bhfuilón an seo de tlíthe cheannis corn Mageean den darna bliana sa chéile a idir fern cónascathe an dúan agus chola sinna poidirigh Maghera. Mar hagan tú an seo nát níl gí leidir an tá sé inta séamh an seo nát mar tá tú caint fa ihe lár mína saona agus tá sé séamh go mai an beside me in co-commentary here is Neil Peden. I was just saying there that the weather tonight is fairly mild compared to any November night.
Absolutely, Seamus. It seems to hopefully the rain will hold off for us now for the next hour or so. There's a bit of a breeze blowing into the Malone Road end, but I think probably it'll pick up over the hour as the game progresses. But it's a fine night, surely, and as you say, the crowd's coming in, and hopefully we'll get a good crowd for the game this evening as well.
Yeah, the two teams last year were expected to reach the final, but I just don't think you could say the same thing about the Maghera certainly this year in comparison, while Andoon probably were good enough though. We'll just wait for the anthem. Tamwich Bio and Shaw or Ulster na Banríona and Shaw Park in Imrehe Ulster na Banríona and Shaw Nutter Walloon agus tá Fernan Dúan mar jarha tá Shadson mar rain na Hutchinta don Nihanat. I would say the down team are favourites for tonight's game.
Yes, as you rightly said, you wouldn't have, I mean, I think St Patrick's finished third in their group down.
I would say though that not to have their full team out in the early rounds of the competition anyway. It's only when you get towards the knockout stages that we see what really they have, and in the matches against St Killian's and Cross and Passion they certainly showed that they had a lot of power up front.
Yeah, as you say, I mean, you're drawn from maybe 10 schools. You know, maybe you're looking even at Regent House. They're probably involved in the rugby. I'm sure coming right through. So young Stewart, you know, maybe he has only come in there recently, and he's a big strong hurler because he played last year. He come on,
Stuart Martin.
yeah, Stuart Martin, and he was excellent. So you know, he's a great ad for Down now to have him on the team.
And I just saw that Maghera's fullback Owen McCusker has a rugby background as well. He plays a wee bit for the Rainy Old Boys Maghera Felt. So you know, that might be interesting if you see Stuart moving into full forward and Owen picking him up there.
We'll get a tussle of the two rugby guys. Absolutely.
Okay, and the ball has been thrown in. Is it the referee tonight is Fintan McCotter? As far as I believe, this year is his first Mageean Cup final. And we're on to the ball very, very quickly. And that there's Phelim Savage, a Ballycran player. But we're just seeing again, that's a pen picture of what he can expect from Maghera. They're going to be around him all the time. He's not going to get room to do very much. But Down are breaking out of defence. And the clearance is there and the space is up front. But Maghera get a cover across. Again, this time number 10 picking it up is Fintan Bradley. This is the guy who came on last year in the final and scored 2 points. He has been their main scorer this year, but a lot of those ones are from frees this year. Very, very accurate free taker, the Lavey man.
Yeah, this lad Shay Cassidy has a lot of speed about him. The only young fella, I think he's only 16. Just on the ball there, popped it off. We're
moving into Ryan McPeak. Ryan McPeak's taking his shot, and I think that's wide. I think the crowd over in the stand there, but you know, they thought they had a better angle on it, but no, it's gone wide. Yeah, it was very, very interesting that Maghera beat St Mary's Belfast in the quarter-final, and only Fintan Bradley and the big full forward here, number 14, Tiernan McHugh. Tiernan McHugh scored a goal and 2 last year in the final, and he definitely is a threat. He scored 2 goals against St Mary's in the quarter-final.
He did, and as you say, young Shay Cassidy wasn't playing in that quarter-final. He came on in the semi-final, and he contributed. They've been the main contributors now for the Maghera team is Vinton and Tiernan. So hopefully they'll get a few more boys on the scoreboard tonight.
But are you still looking at it? It's their harrying and hassling that is the hallmark of the Maghera team. It's not the outstanding individual players.
No, that's right. As you say, young Savage on the ball had 5 guys around him, swamped around him immediately, trying to swamp him out of the game. And they know his presence. If he gets through, he can score. So they're gonna they work well in packs, Maghera, and they always did. The same as last year, a big strong team.
Yeah. As you said there earlier on there, Maghera were definitely not expected to get back to the final. They've only got Tiernan McHugh from last year's starting lineup. I think Michael McCormick started and was replaced by Fintan Bradley. But, you know, to come back a second year after such a turnover of players, it's quite remarkable.
It is. There's no question about that. I mean, Dun have maybe 8 players.
Not everyone's going to go the distance. It has gone the distance. That's Ronan Blair.
Yeah. But again, and the free taking's going to be tremendous tonight. I mean, Ronan Blair and Tiernan McHugh and both teams are excellent free takers, and they've showed that right through the competition.
Fintan Bradley.
Fintan Bradley, yeah.
Now that everyone's inside his own half, but again, people have played in this pitch know that it is a shorter pitch than normal, you know, and there is that latitude, and not taking anything away from that was an excellent score and was right over the middle. Yeah.
No, you're absolutely right. I think Vinton and the free Ronan will know that. Every
Michael
chance,
McCormick
every free will be a chance
get
to
a chance on it, and that's Prenter. He's a footballer as well. Number 10 going through as Caelan Coulter. He looks to have broken the cover, but he's been called the ball. The referee has definitely called it back. I would suggest it's a free in.
Yeah, it's a free in. Yeah. Young Tim Prenter sprint through there. He's their remaining all-star from last year. He sprinted well through the middle there, broke the ball in. But it's a free in, I think, for Dun.
Yeah. He has played underage football for downright too as well. He's quite capable.
He's a great turn of pace. There's no question.
And of course, you would know his relations with St Enda's.
Yeah, he's
Antrim. Perhaps one of the few connections with Antrim here tonight.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it was a Prenter we had in goals for Antrim for years. Yeah, for a couple of years.
Went low.
Yeah.
I think you've got to put those chances away right away. That was coming out there with
JP McGuigan. Yeah, JP McGuigan came out well with the ball after getting off the line. Yeah.
Can't see anything really happening here yet, you know, as regards shape of the game.
No.
I think everybody's just trying to get the ball as quick as they can. Here's Blair again. But Beefy's coming out with it. This is Owen McCusker.
Yeah, Owen McCusker did really well there, absolutely.
And that's Ryan McGill. Going to be picked up by the other Ryan in the forward line. And there's Big Tiernan. That's looking good. No,
Straight into the
short.
keeper's hands, yeah.
Yeah, there is, there's a stiff enough
there
breeze
is.
there if you're
No,
hitting into those goals.
Oh, absolutely. There is a stiff breeze, okay.
So you've got to strike through the ball. John Hughes, Ballygalget lad. I think he's very young, that lad. Oh, we've got a break. Big Stuart.
Stuart Martin, great goal.
Stuart Martin, a goal.
Stuart Martin, great goal.
Great strike.
Yeah.
Yeah, but again, they got that wee bit of space, and the space opened up for him.
No, there's no doubt. If you get that ball into Martin, I mean, John Hughes gave a great ball in there, and Stuart Martin was on to it like lightning, and he got away. And that's Down's tactic tonight. You can see that they're going to try and get that ball in. Yeah, it's the pace. It's very similar to last year, Seamus.
Whereas Maghera's style would be more contain them and try and get Big Tiernan onto the ball.
They will, yeah. The high ball should be Maghera's going to try and dominate there, but I mean, if Down can get a lot of the breaking ball, they're going to do well up in the forward line here.
JP again, bundled over, bundled out of the way.
There's Prenter in again. Yeah, he's through again, pops it off. No
a chance. And that's well blocked there by the full back. McCusker.
Oh, McCusker did really well. That was a really, he did exceptionally well. Yep.
That's another nice. That's
young Savage's cool head there. Yeah, absolutely. Picked the ball up and stuck it over. They needed to score then. They'd had 3 or 4 chances there, and as you say, went for goal, and at least they've got a point out of that.
Young Savage trying to, he wasn't at his best probably on Sunday, but then, the standard of the match against Cushendall and for Ballycran against Cushendall on Sunday in the Ulster Club final was, it's a step up for a 17, 18-year-old.
And he was against 2 of the best players we have in Antrim at the moment. With Neil McManus was round midfield and Owen Campbell, and I mean it was a tough ask, and I thought he played particularly well myself. His energy was there the whole game.
He's definitely one for the future. As was his dad. His dad was a great
absolutely,
well,
yeah, absolutely.
Gaza. Been pulled out. Blair's been pulled out. That's good. Hassan and Harry.
That's good. That's good tackling. Absolutely.
That's good.
That's a good hook and a block. Yeah.
And
no, I think Blair's not.
That's good. That's good work from.
McCusker's going to give him. Yeah, McCusker's a tight young lad there, young Owen McCusker, and he's going to. That's 2 or 3 real good tackles he's made.
As I say, I don't think he played in the quarterfinal either. He came in as well. He's a mixture of rugby and a wee bit of football, I suppose, as well.
You can see he's a tenacious young lad. You can see that. It's obviously maybe if you say if you play in the rugby, you can see it in him.
Yep. He Slack Neil man, of course, as well.
There's
absolutely. Bradley with.
That's a great strike. That's a great score.
Strike.
Absolutely.
I watched him last week against St. Louis, and he was finding it very, very easy to strike from inside his own half over the bar.
No, Bradley's an excellent free taker now. There's no question about that. He's gonna.
We're going back here now for Barry Welsh.
There's nobody getting much room at the start of the game. Everybody's, the energy's in everybody, and they're closing them down quickly.
Take a look at the map of the pitch at the moment, and everybody's in the right-hand side of the pitch. They're not opening the play as much. Yeah. And that'll suit Maghera, of course.
Oh, absolutely. But it's Down. They're looking for if they can get it into that space. That's what they're looking. They have the runners to come on to Blair if he gets the ball. Another good block.
Big Tiernan again, and he can get out on that ball. Yeah. For a big lad, he's very mobile.
Oh, absolutely.
And is he getting through?
This is this young lad. Young Shea Cassidy again. He's definitely. You can see Tiernan's going to try and link up with him for his speed.
I thought that was impressive now in the Hull last week. How the two of them combined. But in a Hull it was more Cassidy out round the 45-metre line, picking the cross field ball, the diagonal ball for Tiernan to run onto. And that's where the 2 of the goals came from.
Well, you could see maybe Tiernan, but the breeze picks up. Maybe you could maybe come out the pitch
over. Top over.
Bradley's not young Vinton Bradley's not going to miss those.
There's one went low here a couple of minutes ago. I don't know why you were going for a goal so early. Maybe you're trying to catch somebody out whenever there's only 3 in the line. But
sometimes you get that in your head. It's cold. But, the keeper's a bit cold. Everybody's not thinking. It's an easy one, and you have a go. I mean, it's always brave to have a go.
Again.
No, Matt.
They can grow into this game. That's JP again.
JP,
and we've got a break here. Shea
Cassidy
didn't come up for him. Steady. And a big delivery. A big delivery
Yep.
down for Ronan Blair. Well taken again. That's
No,
PJ McAleese.
PJ McAleese. The full back line of Maghera's picking these up all the time now, doing
Yeah.
exceptionally well, getting the clearances in.
I think there's a wee bit of confusion there over which white line. But that there
Yeah.
looks a good ball across. No,
Oh, well.
it's knocked out.
Yeah, it's not.
It's knocked out to
again.
Walsh.
Yeah.
Barry Walsh again up the left wing.
Good clearance
And
too,
that's
yeah.
Michael McCormick, I think.
McCormick's
Yep.
on the ball.
Michael McCormick. Swatraman, I think. That's good hassling and harrying from Undun this time. And the ball breaks nice. Should be no.
Oh, another great block.
Another great block that there
yeah.
was Stewart. That was a goal scorer.
Yeah. Stuart Martin was having a go again.
Is he coming out?
Yep.
Yes. That's a good delivery there.
They're going to leave it on one-on-one on big chance.
They want one-on-one
That's what
there.
they want.
That's a foul in
Yeah.
now. Surely is a foul in.
No, nothing at all. Got nothing out of that.
I thought that he was all over him now.
Yeah.
Bradley's very strong there.
Yeah.
He's dropped the ball. Still, he's going to get us free in anyway.
Yeah.
No, just going back to that incident with Tiernan Walsh, I thought that the fullback was all over
Yeah,
him.
he
you
did.
know.
It's okay. Yeah, that did say that maybe.
Maybe-
Matt McAreevy definitely had the hands round
Yeah.
right round his head. But Tiernan was going up to catch the ball quite
Yeah.
clearly.
Well, he's
Yeah.
given away a height advantage anyway. you
Yeah,
know.
absolutely. Yeah. But Maghera's full back line are on top now. They've got 4 or 5 balls in within, and Dundon have got nothing out of it at all.
Yeah. They
Maghera will be quite happy at this stage, Seamus.
just to take
With
over
that
a few
bit of a
points
breeze, yeah.
against the breeze.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
stuff like that there.
Absolutely.
I watched both McAreevy and Tiernan Walsh in opposition last. Well, they weren't in direct opposition. McAreevy was playing midfield for Breda. Tiernan was playing full forward, and the role that he's doing now at the minute for Kevin Lynch is in the Ulster Minor, and it's fairly handy for Dungiven, you know. But they are Dungiven's a strong team. Actually, he's not a Dungiven native. He's Drumcerne.
Each Drumcerne, right?
Yeah, Drumcerne
Yeah.
plays football for Drumcerne, and
Well, young Rafferty last year who played in the final from Drumcerne, he was one of the stars of Maghera last year. That's right. Yeah, well, that was a great pick up there by PJ. Just unfortunately get crowded out, but it was a great take off the ball off the ground.
just in your observation there, do you think that they're actually thinking of that second white line in as the end line?
See, I really,
Sideline, you
I
know, I
think
think
you,
they're-
I think you've got that. I absolutely. They're all hanging in there. And when the ball comes over, they're quite hesitant.
Yeah, they're not.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
not
No,
using the width of the pitch
no,
really. You know?
no. I think you could be right.
This
I
is
think
Daniel Glass. He'd be a Slackneil man as well.
Okay.
Enjoys farming, they say here now. A big milking herd. If you can have a big milking herd
Right.
round Slackneil.
Yeah, as you
Off
say,
the top
Seamus, it's
down.
a very packed round the middle now.
Yep.
Yeah, they're not showing, they're not using the width of the pitches at all, and it's getting very scrappy round the middle, and a lot of. There's
You know,
nobody
and there's
breaking out.
hesitancy when it comes to that line. They
yeah.
don't know whether to cross
That's
that
right.
line or
That's right.
whatever, you know.
Yeah.
Bradley again.
Yeah.
Oh, but
Big
Tiernan
catch with Tiernan.
blocked down, half
block
blocked down,
there,
and the goalie had an easy task there.
Yeah,
to
great,
finish up, you
great
know.
block by Matt McGreevy again. That was good under pressure from Tiernan on the ball.
Again, very, very scrappy.
Yeah, it's very.
Very scrappy. Oh,
It's usually
we've
when
got Stewart in there now.
Yeah, yeah. It's usually well.
Rugby man in for the ruck. And there's away. No, he didn't get clearance.
No, McFarlane came out well with the ball, but he popped it off to one of the Maghera men and put it
There's
in
big
Tiernan
Tiernan
again. He's up again.
He'll contest the high ball
Yeah.
anyway.
No, the fullback's doing well in there.
Well
It's
done,
3
Matt.
balls in a row now.
Yeah.
He's won.
I think he's in
got
Pat
them right.
Snock, isn't he?
Yep, Maghera, yeah.
Been held. It's free.
Yeah, Maghera's our ladies in St. Pat's Knock, that's right.
Um,
He's another breeder man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting, just when I looked through it there, 3 of the defenders are actually at the Abbey in Newry, which, you know, you don't tend to think of South Down as being a strong hurling area, but three of them are in the Abbey.
Yeah, well, when you look down through the list, you know, you have 3 from the Abbey, you know, 1 from Regent House, you know, 5 from Downpatrick. It's such a mix. Castlewellan have won there, Marksmore and Point, Columbus, Portaferry. It is a great mix of from
they're
schools.
not all just
no, they're not.
Ards players.
No, they're not all just Ards players. No, absolutely.
That's good for down hurling too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Spread.
That's probably what most people would expect, but the spread is good, and so that is good for down hurling.
I haven't realised where that ball went to.
No, I think somebody Fenton's thrown it back for
I think that's PJ McAleese is taking it.
Free out, yeah.
Yeah, PJ McAleese, his father just doing he's following his father's footsteps, because his father Martin played football for Kilrea and hurling for Lavey, and PJ's following the same.
Okay, is that PJ's hurling for Lavey? Is that right? Yeah.
Again, you get a good bit of that there in Derry, where you know, young fellas in football clubs are, you know, looking to play at a good grade of hurling, and their own club is not providing it. So
yeah. Well, you've your dominance of Swatter, your Lavies,
and the school, of course, helps it.
Of course it does. The great mix of them, and there's no question about that. And Slackneil have risen
gives them
to the top over the last number of years, absolutely. It's getting a bit scrappy now. They're not the ball's not moving as fast as it was early on in the game. So it's there's a lot of fouls.
Is Down playing a sweeper here, or has Maghera pulled a sweeper back here and left the Down corner back?
Well, I think there's no question Maghera are trying to
Maghera's playing the sweeper. I think they learned from that early goal and.
No,
or is it?
No, I think maybe young Blur just pulled out the pitch a bit. Yeah, he's moved on out. You come back into his position now.
Well, there is an excellent player and doing defence. This is Fenton again. 1-3 to 3 points. Long have we gone in this match? We're going something like 15 minutes, 16 minutes, and there's gone to 4 points. So at this stage, I think Paul Hughes would be pretty happy with it. Way things are going.
Oh, absolutely. It's fallen into Maghera's hands. I mean, Undone aren't moving the ball as fast as I think they'd like to be doing.
They got a good start.
They did.
They haven't built on it.
Oh no, they haven't built on it at all. Again, there's the ball. Everybody into the middle again. Maghera are going to dominate.
Good knockdown. Good knockdown and again scrap, and that's not helping Undone, I don't think.
No, it's not.
Or it's not spreading the spread. Take a look here now where Ronan Blair is, just out here now. He's waiting for something. He's on his own, but you know he's not going to do much damage from there, is he?
No. He's hoping somebody gets it and he's going to pop it off. It's whether somebody visually sees him.
I think that's Prenter, is it?
Yeah.
Prenter's going to have a pot shot himself.
I think that was young Savage had a go. Yeah, I think it was. I think it was young Phelim Savage. No, when somebody wins the ball around those rocks, there's no room for manoeuvring at all.
There's the Slackneil farmer again. He was caught with a goal, really. Well, I can't say it was his fault or anything like that.
Oh no, it was a good. It was a good strike. Now put it right into the corner.
Good strike on a player not under any pressure.
Yeah. But young Bradley's coming out all over the park here. Even the keeper, you know, Daniel Glass is looking for him every time now, whether it be right or left. You know, and there's another free for him to take, getting pushed in the back. It's not going to make it with a breeze.
No. But Tiernan McHugh has knocked it back down again. No, didn't pick it up. Here's Tiernan out again. You're not going to get the dog's not going to get away with that bone.
Nope.
He's very, very physical, you know. He puts himself about. For a big fella, he's plenty of mobility about him. There he goes again. And another wide.
No, there's no
2-3 wides for each team, you know.
Yeah, there's been a quite few wides.
But there's pressure there too.
Yeah. Well, Tiernan is lively. You're absolutely right. I mean, Maghera's game. Get it into Tiernan, and he will win possession. And he fights well in there. He doesn't give up easy. You're not going to get out easy off him either.
That's a long ball now.
It's a long puck.
Picked up then by
Bradley again. He's all over the place. He's winning balls everywhere.
Hand pass inside to
And McGill here.
Ryan McGill. Ryan McGill pops it up and it's over the bar. That's a fine
great score. That's the
best
best score of the game.
And Bradley
Bradley
threw the players to him.
Yeah.
Good score from Ryan McGill.
Yeah, fine run by Bradley. Popped it off nicely, and McGill put it over the bar. Lovely. That's the best point of the game.
Yeah, well, like going into the game, we would have thought that Down was, comfortable enough favourites here, but they're under pressure now.
No, they are. They definitely are. I think they really need to look at you can see in the Maghera team who's dominating, and they need to be the full backs doing well against Tiernan and McHugh. There's no quite, but young Bradley out here now needs to be marked well and tight.
He's got away. That's looking good. That's looking very good.
That's a great score. That's a great score by Keelan Coulter. Excellent score.
He was very, very good last year as well, but that's the first we've really seen him in this game, But again, the scrappy nature of the game doesn't allow him to show those skills.
Yeah, no, there's no doubt about it. It's scrappy, and you're only going to pick up an odd ball. Another good puck.
That's Oren Downey.
Well taken
Oren
by Downey.
Well struck.
Again, very direct into Tiernan. He picks it up.
And
young Cassidy's running off him.
Yeah, he's bound to be free. Yeah. That's number 6 there. That's Oren Downey. That's a link to the first ever winning Mageean team from Maghera, 1983. His father, Seamus Downey, was the goalkeeper in that. Yeah, well, Seamus Downey went on to get 3 in a row Mageean Cup medals. Finished as captain in '85.
Well, I knew when the name Downey came up, it'd be connected in some way, and Seamus was a fine
35 years ago there, we have another one, a centre half back, a key role in the team.
Well, Seamus would have been more up front than backs, but young Owen came out well with that ball. It was a great catch, and he moved the ball well. But
actually, Seamus started off his career as a goalkeeper, and he's a very, very good goalkeeper. He's a Derry senior goalkeeper when he was, 16, 17. And I was talking to him on the way in there, and of course he let me know that the young fella isn't just as good as he is. Another point for Bradley Free. Still keeping in touch. 6 points to 1-3. And, Maghera will be very happy after conceding that early goal, that they're very much there. McGill again, shows it. Lays it off. And that's a neat
strike by McCormick.
McCormick.
That's looks all over. Great
all
score.
over.
It's score by Megan McCormick.
And they take the lead for the first time.
Great score.
And we're seeing here the range of scores that they didn't have. Well, the range of scores, we were only talking early on about a point each for Ryan McGill, Megan McCormick. But neither of those two guys have scored in the last 2 matches. Yeah,
that's they're getting the room there, and they show they've got the confidence to do it.
Is Maghera a team for the big occasion, team for the final?
Yeah, well, I think they're certainly showing that tonight now. They've certainly stepped it up, and they've realised now that their plan's working. They're getting that direct ball in. There's no question about it. I mean, they're looking for Tiernan. If he's not there, they're popping it off. And young young McGill and McCormick have come up there and got 2 lovely points. Down don't seem to be able to get going. They can't get into their game plan.
I can see a wee bit of frustration maybe in the forward line as well. That there is space up there, but the ball isn't coming.
No. But you can see that young Blur's come out quite a few times there, and he's no need to come out.
Here's
young Savage is going to have to, he makes a couple of runs.
Has to be a foul.
Yeah, it's a foul.
But they're on top of him right away. They're not going to give him any room.
No.
That was Ryan McPeak that time,
Maghera have done their homework. They know young Phelan gets running at him. He's going to either get a score or he's going to pop it in, so they're going to stop him very quickly.
Ronan Blair, out taking a free but we found him out round that area instead of in full forward, and full forward, that's where he is doing damage in the other games. We're seeing Conor O'Toole out here giving instructions to where he wants Sean Hughes playing. And that one looks good. Oh! Very, very fortunate there.
Unfortunately, dropped in by the keeper. Yeah, Daniel.
Yeah, they all count. They all count.
Absolutely.
What do you call it? A bad one for Maghera to concede.
It was a poor strike even by Blur himself, by young Ronan himself.
Well, the one behind him, you would expect
to
get the distance, and he didn't. But it worked out for him this time.
Well, see Maghera pick it up again here.
I'm going to contest it anyway. That's Watson.
Yeah. It was a slap down by Michael McCormick there. I seen that
just the way the free was saying there, he'd thrown up and caught it, you know. So
yeah.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
So 2 goals for Andun in the first 25 minutes here, and you know, apart from that, you couldn't say that they've actually opened play up. They haven't done the things that they've done in the previous games, or been allowed to do it.
No, after the Stuart Martin goal, I thought they would have stepped it up a wee bit, but they haven't, and they were very fortuitous getting that goal. Here's young Blair. It's in his distance again.
He's a funny stance.
He has. But he's a nice striker of the ball. You know, he is. You know, he puts that one wide, but he is.
That's the curse.
That's the curse. Yeah. But he's a nice style about him doing him. I mean, I watched him. I mean, you know, there's no question about it. He scored 11 points in the semi-final against Cross and Passion for 10 from frees. You know, there was 10 frees.
But again, he tended to play a lot further down there. You know, look at Philip Savage has been left to work with 2 players in his own there. Down are not just backing them up the same way.
Here's the ball into Tiernan again. This is the danger ball here.
Yep.
You know, there's no question.
A long ball from
Maghera's route.
Was that McCormick?
Yeah. Yep.
Give that there ball in for Tiernan McHugh. Route 1. Big fella's off the mark now, and you know, it's a good score. Direct score, and that's
well, I think that's Maghera's plan, and that shows what they've been aiming to do for quite a while. You know, get it into Tierney. If he's going to catch, he's going to be very dangerous in there.
Now we're going to see. I think, you know, when scores are coming like that, you're going to see a good game.
Yeah, that's a good ball into space now. Then we'll see.
Yes.
Yeah. If young Stuart Martin kicking on the ball here, he's got a bit of space.
Can he turn him? Yeah. Does he want to turn him or just take the score?
That's a good score.
That's a good
score.
A good reply.
It was. What was good thing about Martin, he realised the goal wasn't on. He popped a nice point over.
Yeah.
Keep him taking over.
And didn't go a point ahead again. Or do they? No, that's level. That's level. 2-4 to 1-7.
Yeah. Level again, 10 each.
Yeah. We're having a wee bit of delay, and I don't think the Maghera goalkeeper was really pushed to getting that ball back again so quick. 2-3 minutes to go to half time.
Yep. You can see the wind picking up Seamus too. You can see the puck out.
Yep.
Isn't getting just as far. It's gonna
help them in the second half.
It's gonna help Maghera big time.
But even with
young Stuart Martin on. Here we go.
This is the guy that has been getting through. Oh, don't know whether it's fortune or whether he got himself, but the young Glass came out for it.
Oh, he did. Young Glass came out and made a great save. He got the ball. Now he's got it cleared. He's thrown up.
Fresh air one, but it's
Mara put it out for a 65.
It's young Blair got breaking through there the same way as he got the first goal, and you know, he's very, very dangerous there. When he breaks the line.
Yeah, but that's what we're seeing there. I mean, the ball was put into space. Stuart Martin was on it like a rocket. He went round his man and he had a go. But it was a great stop. You got to give the keeper credit there. That's a great recovery from the goal he dropped in, young Daniel Glass. That was a great save by him.
Okay, I got running again. That's pulling to the side again. You know, what I can remember from last year's game as well, Down missed a number of scoreable frees in the first half that might have. You know, last year they were trying to hang into the game. This year they're trying to pull away and they can't get away.
No, young Ronan will be very disappointed in that strike. You know, that's 2 strikes he's pulled away to the right. You know, and he should be doing better than that. He's a better free taker than that.
Again, good work under the. He's getting a free.
Michael McCormick's showing a bit of strength about the ball here now too. That's a couple of balls he's won around middle of the field, and great strength driving out.
They're bringing to the game what we all thought they would bring to the game: a strength onto the dropping ball, aggression onto the bottom ball, and at the dropping ball, while Down are reliant hoping to play up a wee bit and break the line.
Yeah. You know, I think the game has suited Maghera definitely much more the way the game's been played.
There's looking. Oh, it's gone wide.
Long strike, but just right at the post.
He's getting the distance into the breeze, which is you know.
Oh yeah, he'll be dangerous the second half of any free with that breeze with him, because he's very accurate. And it's just an inch or 2 wide.
Yep. We're going towards injury time now.
Yeah, looks like Fenton's looking to.
Fenton maybe is. I'm not sure whether he's sending a signal to the sideline there or not, but I think there's a wee bit of wasted time down there. I can't remember any stoppages really.
No, it's not down. Should be getting that ball out quick as they can. Maybe try and get on another score for the half-time whistle.
Again, he had another 5 yards to run there, didn't?
Yeah, no, but Maghera are
Sean
very
Hughes.
good. That's a great ball in. That's a great ball in.
Yep.
That's now McFarland on the ball. He's dropped it. He's on it again.
Too much work.
No, there was a slap. He had a slap with the hurl. Yeah, Fenton's given
it
free.
was it was getting too footery there now. But Niall McFarland got a good run there.
Oh, he did. But again, out this wing, Maghera crowded them down. There was nobody breaking through. Maghera good at crowding the man out when they get the ball and put them under pressure.
They'd moved Stuart Martin in to full forward there and Blair out now, but I think that it's got they've moved. Martin seems to be going on out this time. Blair is also coming out, so it'll be interesting to see.
Well, I think
it's half time.
It's half time. Fenton's just blown the whistle.
Yep, that was a point for Blair, and that's really the difference between the teams at the break. It's 2-5 to 1-7. Daw, Cuig and Aidan he in the shot, and it is playing out as we thought it would play. The teams would want to play it for themselves, but it's not working for Down.
No, you're right, Jim. It's done exactly the way we thought. The strength and power of St Patrick's has shown this half against the Breeze. They put on a good half performance. I'd say they'd be very pleased now get in just a point down. And Down have it all to do coming out here against the Breeze, there's no question. But you never know. Again, when you have fast runners like they have, it can suit that style of play. But we'll hopefully see a better half from them the next half.
But when we're talking about the physicality and everything of Maghera, you sometimes forget that there's some good hurling there too.
Oh no, there's no doubt about that. But at this age level, physicality is all. When you look at young Tiernan McCune, he's a fine athlete, but he's a fine hurler too. There's no question about that.
Looking at the Down mentors going in there, and I've just got word that at the weekend there, one of them got engaged. Danny Toner. Big shout out for his fiancée now is Aoife Savage. She's played a wee bit of camogie at Down at county level for Down. She's Ballygalgate as well as Danny, and there's also a wee bit of more celebration in the Savage family this week because I just heard today that the younger sister Blonnet has got a college's all-star for camogie. So and last weekend, of course, another sister, Alana, was picked up an All-Ireland Soaring Star Award. So Danny's getting the right genes going down there now. He says it's going to be a good mix around Ballygalgate in a few years' time. Anyway, if those Savage sisters can be, there's plenty of talent around Ballygalgate with those girls, and their camogie team at the minute, from what I've seen of them, they're a team that's waiting to take over the Down Championship in a couple of years. So good luck to Danny and to Aoife. And at the moment, though, he has a wee bit of a problem because they're playing against a stiff freeze in the second half, and they're just a point up. Is that going to be good enough to see them through, Neil?
No, I don't know. Young Prenter hasn't got in the game really, hasn't been effective at all, for them. And I think he's a key player I would have thought would have seen tonight when an All-Star last year. And it'll be interesting to see whether, he needs to step up to the mark here. Young Savage is working really hard there at midfield, and he's trying hard. But again, you got to give all credit to Maghera. The way they're swamping them out. They're swamping Sean Hughes, Phelim Savage around the middle of the field. And as we said there, Fintan Bradley's coming out the midfield and he's shown his strength in winning the ball. And Maghera's direct route to Tiernan has worked so far. And and as you said, others have added in. Young McGill and McCormick have stuck over 2 fine points. So Maghera can be pleased that they've had 3 or 4 scores on the board, which they haven't had for the last 2 games. And
the most effective player in the down forward line at the moment is Stuart Martin, the more physical of them.
Yeah. And Martin's electric pace. There's no question about that. He must play in the wing in the rugby. He's like lightning. If they can get the ball to him at all, if he can take his man on. And that's where Down need to be a bit braver now this half. Hopefully take the man on, and they could get the goals. And obviously the goals are the big thing that can win the games.
Okay, so with the scoreline at 2-5 to 1-7, we're just We're checking out for a few minutes here, and we'll be back with you for the throw in at the second half. Go to Mageean. And we're just watching Philip Savage in the middle of the field here, just doing a few stretches. He's, as Maghera come out onto the pitch here, and you know, we're just finished, and I don't think you've changed your mind since, in the few words that we've had since. I think the ball is now in Maghera's court.
Oh, there's no question about that. I think Maghera will be well pleased now. They'll be looking for a good half here, and they'll be taking their points in these long ranges, I would think, with this bit of breeze with them.
Especially with Bradley about it.
Yeah,
well,
very much so. Very much so. Bradley's going to be picking them up. It's going to up the down now to really step it up here and get it. You know, get this ball in early and get running at Maghera and see if they can open them up.
Yeah. And Fintan McCutter's throwing the ball in. The Gortamona man trying to playing a crossfield ball, but broken down again. Down has to get players around it the same way as Maghera got them around in the first half. Are we seeing a sub out there? Did I see a substitution? No, I didn't.
No, there's no. I don't see it. I haven't spotted any subs on us yet. Yeah, it's just similar to the first half, bit scrappy around the middle of the field, but we've
got a clearance here, and that's Prenter. Prenter takes the first point of the second half, and you know, they'll be pleased to get something on the board there right away, especially Prenter. Prenter hasn't, you know, been involved in the play yet. No,
and they need to get him involved. He's so lively and he's such a speedy, and he's a good hurler. And he showed there he can take a point, so they'll be looking to get it to him, I'm sure, as quick as they can.
But it's going to be a winning dirty ball that's going to win this game.
It is. And they've kept Stuart Martin in, so they're obviously looking at that direct ball in, maybe get a run round the full back.
It's not a night for clean hurling because you're not going to get that done with Maghera.
No, it was a good ball out by Sean Campbell.
Ronan Blair just can't get a run on it. Can't get a run on it, and that's well played by PJ McAleese. Yeah. You know, he got in under the ball and
he did. He missed his first step, which is vital, as you know, Jim.
Nice ball.
That's very important.
Yeah, Holden.
Yeah, young Savage again, driving at them, and that's what I like to say. I hope Down do that more often now and drive at Maghera and really take them on. Young Savage did it there and got us free.
Yeah, that's okay driving at them, but you know he got a wee bit of space there. He's not. He hasn't got space.
No, but he has to drive at them to get by them, and then he get his movement in because you can't be going. Maghera are swamping the middle of the field. There's no question about it. Right. Down have to burst out and get that ball in quickly, especially with Martin in there. They've got to get it into Martin and see what he can do in this full forward line.
There's a good gust of wind there just behind us. We probably hear it on the streaming there, and that's not going to help Ronan Blair with this strike. Left side, and it's dropping short. It's dropping short. Wide ball.
Wide ball.
No, the wind has picked up.
It
from
has.
The first.
But young Blair didn't seem to drive at the ball. He tended the law, but which I don't think is the right tactic with this type of breeze.
Again, a good push through. It's dropping.
It's ball by McFarland in. Ball's broke around the box.
I think Glass did enough there. He did enough. I don't know whether he knew about where it dropped to, but
no, Maghera did enough. A bit scrappy, but they did enough. Yeah.
The basic line is that you just have to stop the ball, and he stopped the ball. You know, it could have. The forward lost it as well, lost the flight path as well. So,
well, Down have started well now. Down have started well here, and now they can keep it up. They're winning the ball around the middle of the field more.
Long ball from Glass. Well, it's only hitting halfway, but again, you can see the intent there is to pick up Fintan Bradley. Yeah. Fintan Bradley is the target for the puck out.
Every time he is. Him and McCormick, Michael McCormick, is a tall lad as well, and they're looking for him. But as you say, Bradley's everywhere, and that's where the puck out. They're looking to get the ball to him.
And you know, if you take a look at it, there's only 3 in the inside here, and you know you might expect him to put this over.
No, I wouldn't think he'd be too far away.
Got somebody out on it.
Tina McHugh showing his real aggression there. It was real aggressive. It's a great ball in.
McHugh wants it.
Yeah.
Wide ball as well now.
Yeah, young Ram
Aye.
McGill now could have popped onto that very
I
handy.
think he thought that
Yeah.
the defender put that ball out.
Yeah.
You know, because he seemed to be just looking, turn around immediately, look at the umpire to see if he's got it. These puck outs from the down goalie are just that wee bit better.
Yeah,
I
they
think,
are
you know.
better. Yeah.
But are they getting the target? Drive from
Young Ram McPeak.
Ryan
Yeah.
McPeak.
Young Cassidy. That's a great ball if it gets a
Ah,
good cut out. Well, good cut
Well
out.
read.
Yeah.
Well read.
That's Tim Prenter again. They've moved Tim Prenter now out to the middle of the field more.
He seems
So,
to be
yeah,
nearly
he
into a
is,
sweeping
Yeah,
role.
he is. Yeah, he's out around midfield picking up everything.
Again, Slockneil goalkeeper doing well. Daniel Glass doing very well there now. I don't think the forwards would have been happy with the clearance all the same, you know, it's out over the sideline, but again, it's out of the danger area.
Yeah, it's a sideline ball now for Undone.
Nicely stepped inside by Bradley, a long ball, big
Back into
Mageean.
Tiernan again. Oh. No, down. Oh,
Fresh air one.
yeah, sure. I was going to say down backs have done
Ah,
well,
no,
but a poor clearance.
That's
Sean Campbell's come out and got it. He's cleared the ball this time.
Sean's brother Billy played on the team a couple of years ago, on the Dun team, and he's an Abbey player, Abbey CBS in Uri. Would he be a Shamrocks man? I think he's maybe a Shamrocks player. Well, seem to have a bit of an injury here.
Haven't enjoyed the. I don't know what number. Can't see his number. It's shameless to see who it is. He seems to have taken a knock on the far side.
Linesman's holding it up here,
Yeah.
and thing probably an indirect free down just below us here.
Well, there's no doubt Down have started better this half. They've come out with a wee bit more intensity and they're trying to move the ball up. And the couple of balls of it into Tiernan and McHugh there, and the down backs have done well. And they've got
done
it
well.
out. Yeah,
They've done well, but
Yeah.
can they hold out against?
that's that's going to tell
know,
the tale. Can they
It's
curtail him for the 25-30 minutes?
He's got height, but he's got physique, but he's also, you know, he's a bit of pace as well. You know that he'll get to the dropping ball.
No, he's a good big hurler. There's no question about it.
3 and 4 here.
Imran Hassan just got a knock there. I think he's up on he's back on his feet again. Yeah, ready to go again.
An interesting character, Imran. His grandfather was Jerry Brown, that trained the down teams in the 60s.
Oh,
So an All Ireland winning trainer,
remember
coach.
the name as well. Yeah,
Jerry Brown.
Yeah.
Locking it down. That looked a wee bit like a
PJ's
throw.
put a good ball into Tiernan here if he
That's
gets on
the,
it.
That's the diagonal ball.
Yeah,
that
that's the
Tiernan
diagonal
wants.
ball across. Yeah.
But knocked out again to
Down are doing well here.
Ryan McGill.
Not letting
Ryan
him get the ball.
McGill needs to be on the top of that down. And
Ryan
that's
McPeak.
looking
It's good
good.
effort.
that's looking good. Nope.
No, just wide. That was a good ball in by PJ. The diagonal ball again working, and Tiernan got on it, but unfortunately he dropped it, and we're able to.
Would you say, you know, you've been on a few of these Mageean Cup finals, when you have two schools involved, you tend to have a lot more noise from and involvement from the stand. When you have a team like Andun there, you don't have that same intensity from the supporters, and you know it is set up to be a good night for supporters.
No, I think
And,
you're. Yeah.
You know, a team like Andun doesn't have that there.
No, you're absolutely right, Jim. I think that was the same last year. We said
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, the noise levels weren't as high as they normally would be if you have two schools. But especially two
Not a
schools are very
clearance.
competitive against each other.
Yep. Not a clearance.
Yeah. Keelan Coulter trying to get
Keelan
through
Coulter
again.
just-
Maghera holding them back
It's
really
a
well.
It's a physical
Yeah.
presence
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
those guys, you know.
Barry Walsh did well there. He came out strong, got his foul. No, there's no time on the ball at all. Maghera are closing Undone down each time they get the ball, and certainly that tactic's working. This will be interesting to see the distance now. Can Vinton get this distance? It's quite a long way out.
It's going
That's a great strike
to
in.
the wing a wee bit, but Tiernan's there. No, I thought I thought it was going to go out to the wing a wee
Great-
bit, but he
great-
got the distance
Yeah,
okay.
great strike, got the distance, just the accuracy
From his own
wasn't there.
45?
Yeah, no, it was a great strike, and that's what I mean. He's going to be very dangerous. And all any frees at all inside around the 65, he's going to be.
But we're
Should be
still not
putting them
using
over.
the width of this pitch.
No, not at all. You said that at the very beginning, and it's quite obvious. They're just not coming across this
That's
line.
Stuart Martin there. Again, that was an excellent puck out. You know, whenever you think of
It was.
he was
that
against the breeze
yeah.
and inside the half.
Young Podrick Dorn going to have a go here. It's a good ball in. Great
that's
score,
an
young
excellent
Dorn.
score.
That's a great score.
That is an excellent score.
Yeah, Podrick Dorn won his own ball there. He went round the man and he took a lovely score on his left side. He took a knock for it as well. There'd be another hold up here.
It's just he seemed to be going backwards whenever he struck it. You know.
Yeah, Down have come out well now. That's they're 3 in front.
Podrick Dorn's a St Malachy's Castlewellan player, but interestingly enough, he plays his club hurling with Portaferry. You know, so it's not normal for somebody to be coming across the ferry and playing for Castlewellan.
Usually don't come across that way.
And playing for St Malachy's, I mean.
Yeah.
Nice. There's something wrong.
Yeah, he took a knock there. Just he struck the ball, and his helmet came off straight away. I don't know how serious it is, but he's having to go off the pitch.
Blood, you know, so that's
maybe get a blood sub on.
Blood sub on.
Yeah, there's a blood sub coming on for Down.
I'll just check the number here. Never come over a wee bit further.
24.
24 is Francis Caldwell. Yeah, he played a couple of games came on as a sub in a couple of games, but that's another one for Down.
Yeah, another slap down. Yeah,
Maghera's indiscipline just there, you know.
Yeah, that's a couple of times now Mahera's been in slapping.
But we've got 45 metres out. I know it's into the breeze. This is key, you know. Ronan Blair has to be putting these here over if Down's going to just open a wee gap here and maintain that gap, you know. When Maghera's, really they haven't arrived for this second half yet, and it's 10 minutes in.
No, I think Maghera have been maybe coming out thinking, well, the breeze will win it for us, but it's not going to happen if they're going to let Undone play the way they're going.
They've done their hard work. That's a good score there for Blair.
Yeah. There's no doubt Blair's going to be vital here if he can get the scores. There's no question. If he can take his frees and put them over, it'll be vital to the result.
One of the points
that
I was making, I suppose, before the match was that we'd seen all 6 Down players on the score sheet before half time in the quarter final and the semi final. Today, Podrick Dorn there, he became the 5th one to go on. So we're only missing Niall McFarlane now for score.
Yeah,
and they've got to have that variety if they're going to win this match, because it's not going to be the individual that's going to win it.
No, that was the feature of Down in the quarter and semi final. They were spreading their scores around.
Not looking good.
It's another great strike in.
No, it's knocked down.
Blair's done very well to get that ball up around his man. He's going to have a go. Yes. And he gets the goal. Great strength for Ronan Blair. That was great strength. The ball got in. He won it. He thought Owen.
Yeah, but it was, the goalkeeper, not being harsh on anybody for making a mistake, but blocking a ball down at that level is only asking for a forward to come onto it.
But then you dropped one earlier on in the game, Seamus, so obviously he isn't comfortable maybe under the high ball. So, but Ronan Blair did exceptionally well there to get that goal. That was a good goal.
It's in a way it was well taken goal, but it's a dirty goal. It's one that if you're hovering around there, you'll get once every 3 or 4 games.
There's a great run here. Pops the ball out to young Blair again. It's another great goal chance, and he takes it away again.
It drives it home.
Oh, that's a great goal. That's a great move by Down. Undone.
Was that inside 50 seconds? 2 goals inside 50 seconds there. Created by the run in along the end line, and we've got a sub here on number 13 for Ryan McGill has gone off, and we're just checking to see who has come in. It looks like, haven't seen it yet. I can't see who it is. It looks like Daniel McCartney. Daniel McCartney then is on for St Pat's Maghera, and really, 4-8 to 1-7. That's not what we predicted. Never were turning around. No, they've done the hard work, we thought, in the first half against the breeze. Now, Andun has stepped up a mark, and Maghera has a lot of work to do now, even to get back into the game.
Yeah, as I said, Andun is Dan McFarlane made a great run. He burst through and gave a great ball into Ronan Blair, and Ronan did exceptionally well to get that ball into the net. Maghera really haven't come out at all. They're not contesting under the high ball. No. They're not winning the ball. They're certainly not getting the ball into Tiernan McHugh at all. If they are, and Down backs are doing very well. You might see him coming out the pitch, I'd say, for a while now. Vinton Bradley is going it's gone quiet as well. We need to get Maghera need to get him on the game.
That's Shea.
That's a great strike.
That's
to Shea.
looking all the way.
Great score by Shea Cassidy. That's a great answer.
That's his first score of the game,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
you know, we're talking about all the down players getting onto the score sheet. Like Maghera needs to get more onto their, you know, the route one to Tiernan McHugh is fair enough, but you know, the rest of them have to be contributing as well.
Well, they're leaving Shea and Tiernan in, and they're
That's-
two of their
That's
scores.
the rugby man, the Regent House rugby man, Stuart Martin again, and he's got the ball. It's going
another
in,
great ball in.
one on one, but there's enough Maghera ones
five
round out.
players.
The support play wasn't coming through there for
not
Undune.
at all.
One person on one, yes, but there were about 5 players around him. And that's number 30. From what I can see, I think that is... I think that's Padraig Doran on again, wearing a different jersey. But he's got a yellow card for his problems. That's Padraig got injured when he, and I think that number 30 is Padraig.
He must have had blood on his jersey. Seamus had to change his jersey to number 30. No, there's an intensity about down now. There's no question about it. And they're seeing
stop there from Bradley now. We're going to see, you know, if Undune can weather a wee bit of a change here, or a wee bit of pressure here. I think that's Undune trying to rattle Maghera.
Yeah, it was another slap down again. But
if Undune can weather this wee bit of intensity that is bound to come here now from Maghera, I think they'll be safe enough. You know, like 10-point lead, 9-point lead.
They just have to keep the intensity going and not let the direct route of Maghera from the first half. If they can curtail that, as you say, they can move and maybe move on and win this game.
This has to be a score, whether it's. There's a wee bit of uncertainty, but yes, it's been given, and that's another point for Bradley. That's his first of the second half.
He's been very quiet, Seamus, no question about it.
He really hasn't gotten.
He hasn't.
Well, I don't think he's been that quiet. He's just been getting ball in the wrong area. That's a long delivery in there. I think Down has gone. That's Stuart again, is it? No.
Yes, Stuart Martin on the ball again. Very strong player. He's won quite a number of balls in there.
He's doing a Maghera what Maghera's been doing to
6 Maghera men running it.
That's Beefy. That's Owen McCusker.
But just aimlessly down the pitch to nobody. Maghera have lost their shape a wee bit here.
But I also think that Down has come back here and they're doing the double sweeper or keeping enough players back here that, you know, the ball is not going to come one-on-one to McHugh.
Well, I think that's what they should do, but I really do think Maghera pulled really out the pitch here and they need to get the shape back in again.
That's the player of the month for, is it? No, that's
young Ram McGill.
That's Tim Prenter.
Yeah, Prenter.
And again, you know, we mentioned that he was absent in the first half almost. Now he's got a few runs, but he's running from, you know, the back end of midfield. He's coming through midfield, and he's winning the frees for them.
No, he's playing more around the middle of the field, and he's won a good number of balls around there, and he's driving at them, which is where they're getting their frees from. Young Blair maybe put over another one here.
Ronan Blair, you know, good chance here now. That's all the way.
Confidence is high after those 2 goals, Seamus. He's not going to miss too many of those at this stage of the game.
If you look at it, he scored 3 goals and 4 points at the moment.
No, there's no question yet.
You know, I know a lot, all the points and one of the frees were a goal. You know, there's 4 goal and 4 from frees. Like, but you know, he has played his part.
No, undoubtedly, there's no question about that. Ronan Blair's done exceptionally well tonight.
But there's a big intensity around the middle of the field.
There is. It's very
to McCormick off to PJ.
Again, this is the high ball in again.
PJ and to Tiernan McHugh. He's been held up. Goalie's been held up, but he did enough to get the ball out.
Yeah, Cahill Lavery did well there. He kept his eye on the ball. He moved it out the wing.
I'm still very, very impressed by Tiernan McHugh's work rate. You know.
Great ball out by Cahill Lavery. That was a great catch and a great ball out.
You know, we're now seeing Down's ability to open play up now.
Well, we're seeing Down do what we thought that we know the ability to do is move the ball down the wings. Yeah. There's no question.
That's down.
It's good play again.
And it's coming Beefy coming out again. Owen McCusker coming out again.
And McCusker's done well in there. He's just he's bringing it out. It's maybe getting put back in straight on top of him again.
And Michael McCormick. Yeah, down are going to frustrate them now.
They are.
McCormick takes a quick free. Nobody's watching.
No.
And who comes out with it? The guy that you want on the ball. If you
Philip Savage on the ball.
Savage.
Give a
a
lovely diagonal ball out.
Yep. And that's not a bad effort there. And that's all the way. No, that's a goal. That is a goal. I think that Padraig Doran was in the end of it, but would you credit it to? Would you credit it to was that Niall McFarland?
My man McFarland hit it in. Yeah, I think you'd have to. I think it got caught onto the ball. The keeper just took his eye off it.
Took it off
because the fullback didn't go in at all.
A bit of pressure.
A bit of pressure put him under that. Exactly.
Things are unravelling a wee bit for Maghera. You know
they are. Maghera have lost their shape. I said that they definitely have lost their shape. But as you say, Down are playing the men back now, and they're going to pick up any high balls.
Down is up the intensity from the beginning of the second half, which they needed to do. And it's pretty frustrating.
It is. Tiernan McHugh's going to get very frustrated in there. You know, the ball. They're trying to get the ball into him as quick as they can, but Down to put as you say, playing a man in front now, and they're playing a. It's not a sweeper of a situation, but they're certainly.
We wouldn't have been surprised that this was a scoreline. 45, 46 minutes into the game, whatever it is. Before the game started. But the way the first half unfolded, it is a surprise that they've been allowed to pull away as easily as they did.
No, very much. And that was a great catch there by Caelan Coulter. And Caelan's been quiet there. He came into the game there and won a great ball and has got a great free for undone again. So everybody's starting to contribute in the Down team. As you say, you can see a wee spirit back in the Mageean now, and they're going to be hard to beat now in this last 15 minutes.
In fact, I think we're reaching
maybe 10 minutes.
Last 10, Haven't got a timer on it here. That's a nice strike. It's over.
It's another great score, but that was a great.
It just made it over, but it was a nice tidy strike. You could just you could hear the leather on the timber here on the ash.
No, his 2 goals have done him no harm at all. His confidence is up. He's as I say, he's going to miss very few now, with the confidence that he has.
No, their Down's defence is crowding everything now.
Absolutely.
They'll not worry whether they get more scores or not, but they'll expect. There's, when things are running against you, things are running against you, and that's, what's happened there. Like Down didn't deserve to get a free there, but they got a free because somebody pulled it off the ground.
But the substitute come on there is Daniel McCartney. Just touched the ball on the ground. Again, that's frustration. He wanted to get the ball again. They're trying to get the ball in quickly.
I think that's Padraig Doran gone off again. Number 30's gone off again, and I would think that's maybe Caldwell in again. I'm just watching to see here.
He hasn't come on as yet.
Well, he has come on here. He's in the full forward line, but I haven't.
Another Down sub coming up.
Number 24 is Francis Caldwell.
Another score by young Ronan there. Excellent. His free taking tonight's been excellent. You can't fault him at all.
Well, the first half it was a wee bit dodgy, when he got going with the goals, the confidence was up, and there's no way that
PJ Mageean has come out the pitch, and that's a couple of times PJ's really driving at them here. He's playing well.
He's in for a couple of points.
He has, and he's trying to pick it up for Maghera, and I think a few of them need to start doing that now if they've got any chance at all getting back in the game.
They've given up on Fenton Bradley with a goal. PJ Mageean is going to take this, drop it into the area.
It's going to be a drop ball.
It has to be a goal now. They're needing a goal at this stage.
Yeah.
But it's gone all the way. It's gone all the way.
It's hard to keep it down if you're going to lob it in with the breeze. Stick it over the bar.
Yep. But Killaree man gets on the score sheet from corner back. Probably didn't expect that at the beginning of the night that he was going to be on. And Down are making a substitution.
John Hughes going off.
And coming on is Lucas Boyd. Lucas Boyd, ever Fiador. Are Down running the bench now? Can they afford to do that there? Less than 10 minutes to go, but they're in a comfortable enough position.
Yes, so there's no question. Down are in a comfortable position. I think, they can, as you say, they don't need to be looking for scores. They just need to curtail this ball going into the Tiernan.
PJ again.
Yeah, this ball into Tiernan, see if he can get his hold of one. Oh!
Just one go, but Tiernan has it.
He's going to have another go.
It's going to be a penalty.
Yeah.
It's a penalty. Has to be a penalty.
Yeah, it's a penalty. Yeah, they've moved Vinton Bradley in there as well, and Tiernan. They're going to lob this ball in and try and get as many goals as you say that they can.
It's the only way. It's the only path back.
It's the only way back into the game. They'll need to get this score now.
I don't think Curley's going to make it down here. See, going down the line here. Curley's looking to get a shot of this penalty, but I don't know whether he's going to be there in time. 1-on-1.
Curley's on the move.
1-on-1. Is the pressure on the taker or on the goalie?
What's about accuracy here? Young Bradley's got a good accuracy. He has to place it in. It's all about him now.
See,
keeping his cool.
There doing a wee bit of gamesmanship, kicking the ball out of the road, but he's going to get a yellow card just
for his troubles,
messing around. And is that a second yellow? No. He didn't need to do that there, and Finton's right to penalise him for it, But
no, it was silly.
Yeah. You'd fancy Bradley.
You'd fancy Finton here. You definitely would. His accuracy. Oh, great
well done,
save
Cahill.
by the keeper. Great save by Cahill Lavery.
Yep.
And a great clearance by him as well.
Again,
back at the middle of the field.
We're looking at a situation here now where nothing's going right for Maghera.
No, that's right.
Well, a team that's struggling to get into a game and they just nothing will go for them. And
no, they're putting a bit of pressure on down now, but just as you say, they're getting nothing out of it. And that's the down of too many men back now, and they're sweeping up all the high balls that are getting in. If they're not getting into the box, then they're just going to get swept up by down.
Very nice.
Good man. That was Blair again, Ronan Blair again.
I actually thought it was the substitute Caldwell.
Oh, it was Caldwell.
Yeah,
it was Caldwell.
Yes, this now Shea, and I think Michael McCormick's in bother down there, but we will follow the play. Tiernan 1-on-1.
Again, down of four against two. Down, close them out.
That's off the post again.
The post, they're not. There's no luck in it.
Unless there's a goal here, Did it hit the post?
Young Cahill Lavery has got it out. Got it out. Good clearance as well.
The point effort hit the post. Came back out.
As you say, when things are going against you, they go against you. Here's young Prenter now. Can he get through for a score? Oh, he took a knock. And he's got a free.
Sean Campbell's coming off, I think.
Yeah, I think down are getting a lot of their players on now, maybe running the bench. Yeah, young Savage is getting off. Yeah, and you can see why. He's getting tired. He's had a tough week for him, playing in the Ulster final and then coming here and playing in the Mageean final.
Aaron Dorrington. Again, I think it's sensible from the down management. You have 3-4 minutes left. There's nothing to be gained by keeping a young fellow on the pitch. When he is obviously tired.
No doubt.
That was a score. I take it there from. I just missed it.
That was a score from
Ronan Blair.
Stuck it over. Yeah, it was an easy enough free for him.
He's hooked at him.
Yeah, it's on his weaker side. Stuart Martin's impressed me today again. He's been lively. He got down back in the game by making a great run down to get the ball over to Blair. So he's been very impressive now in the second half. Young Prenter as well has come into the game well this half as well. And that's where Maghera have struggled to curtail them.
Ryan McPeak's off, and Neil O'Kane has come in here from Maghera. I think. There's power in those legs from Blair.
Oh yeah, there is. Yeah.
You can see the rugby. He's probably done a lot of training for that there. And the power's coming from the legs. And that was badly needed in the first half when they were struggling. They couldn't get onto ball or anything like that there. He was the one forward who was making a wee bit of penetration.
No, so I think, as you said, we didn't expect this in the second half, but Maghera certainly haven't come out with the intensity at the start of they played in the first half, and Down have come out, and you've got to give it to Down. They've played well. They've stuck to their task.
They've taken Stuart Blair off. Stuart Martin off. Sorry. And I think number 18, Owen McGee, has gone in there. So
it's good to see that some of the boys getting a run out tonight. That's the key.
It is,
but
3 moments, 3 minutes of injury time here, but it's not going to make a difference.
No.
And
no, down have far too many men back now. They're sweeping everything, but again, they're looking for the breaking ball around the middle of the field to get it back into they've left one forward inside.
PJ again, is it?
Yeah, no, young Downey I think struck that ball in. Yeah.
You know, you're seeing players, you know, kind of out of position all over the place now.
Yeah.
And
that's a good ball down by Sean Campbell.
It's not out of play. Tis now. Yeah. Tis now.
No, Maghera have driven. Everybody's driving forward now to try and get scores.
We're getting another player on here on the far side.
Good job this evening by Vinton and his boys as well. Vinton's done very well.
Yeah, he hasn't been involved
flowing
in the game, you know.
Yep,
I think
right.
I saw something there. Cian Lyons is in for Aidan Furlong. I think I read something there about I think it was the injury to the soccer referee down south at the weekend, and referees, and again it's the same in all codes, you know. A referee wants to be.
Good score by now McFarlane. That gets him on. This gets everybody in the scoreboard in the down forward line.
Yep.
Which, as you said, was.
Well, I think we're going to give him a goal anyway, weren't we?
Oh yes,
for the long ball in there. So he's already.
We'll get him on 1-1 then. Well, that's good. Yeah.
7 different players in the down team then, including Philip Savage.
Yeah.
We're talking about the referee there. When a referee is almost anonymous in a game, he's had a good game.
That's right. That's right. Now Vinton's done well. There's been the stoppages, have been a few injuries, but there's been no real incidents in the match, and he's kept the game flowing as best as he can. It has.
And who would you go now at this stage for your player of the match? Now you know, I think you could look at 2 contrasting halves from Andoon. But they just pulled away in the second half.
They did. There's no. I mean, if you were looking at the first half, you were looking at Vinton, Bradley, your Tiernan McHugh. They were playing very lively on
for
St. Patrick's
in
team.
the first half, only Stuart Martin.
And Andoon only maybe Stuart Martin was the key man there, was making the runs. The young Ronan Blair hadn't get into the game as much as we thought. Young Prenter, but certainly the second half, I felt young Ronan Blair definitely he put his stamp on the match. You can't take that away from him, from the goals that he scored. And young Tim Prenter came into the game, made some great runs as well. Yeah. Philip Savage did as usual, tremendous work around the middle of the field. He's a real workhorse, you know, and he's a lovely hurler to watch. And again, it maybe didn't suit him with all the crowd around the middle of the field, but he put the work in tonight. And Stuart Martin had a good second half, so it's a hard one to call.
It's a hard one to call because it was Down establishing their lead, and then they organised themselves that they were cutting everything off from back of midfield and working from half back, back the end of midfield, and working ball forward from there, you know.
Yeah. But I think when you get a score line of 3-11,
PJ has just had enough.
Yeah,
and Dahi McGuigan has come on.
And PJ's had a good game for Maghera tonight. He was the one who lifted, I thought, was driving them forward during the last 10 minutes, and he really did. Yeah. It's unfortunate he's had to go off injured.
Yeah. And he had a good first half, you know.
He did. He played. Well, the Maghera full back line did well in the first half.
They did.
They absolutely did. There's no question about that.
But again, once Down got in control around the middle of the field, Tiernan McHugh wasn't getting the ball that he was getting in the first half, and he wasn't able to cause the problems that he was causing. I know you can say that the Down full back line was playing better and then maybe a wee bit organised in the second half, but the less to do.
Yeah. And this young lad, Shay Cassie's only 16 years of age, and I like him. He's a nice hurler, you can see that. And look, there he is. He's way out of the forward line now, you know, away into the back, sorry, you know. And you can see in the first half he showed some really good touches.
Yeah. So you're looking at 3 games where, you know, Andoon have shown their quality in each of them. In the first 2 against Maghera, against St Killian's, and against then against Kirsten Passion. They established themselves in the first half, pulled away in the second half. Today they had to work their way into the game at the beginning of the second half and pull away.
Yeah, there's no doubt. I mean, 24 points in the semi-final, 219 in the quarter-final, and they've got 5-13 tonight. There's no question their score power's been great. And there's the final whistle gone by Vinton.
Yeah, and it's a kind of a muted response, really, you know. But you're going to get that there, as I said, with the less crowd involvement, because you know, an amalgamated team as opposed to a school team. It's not the same
Yeah, I think-
involvement. But again, I suppose the distance at the end of the game was such, you know, between the two teams that really you couldn't say that, you know, there was any excitement in the finishing.
No, but Down are good quality. There's quality all over Down. You can see that there's some fine hurlers, and so have Maghera. Maghera put a great show in today. Did a great first half. Unfortunately, they just didn't seem to come out in the second half of the intensity that they showed in the first. And Down certainly then get into the rhythm, and then they took over and they got the major scores. And I think you've got to give Ronan Blurry 3-11, 3-10 is a tremendous scoreline to be getting. And I think he would
14.
deserve man of the match. 14 Down, yeah. And I
Okay.
think Ronan would deserve man of the match.
So you're Ronan Blair then for man of the match again. A free taker is, I suppose, you know, you can get onto a lot of ball whenever you're taking frees, you know.
Yeah.
But he did get the couple of goals.
No, he
that
got
opened the gap.
He did. He got the vital goal, Seamus. He set the whole tone there and got the confidence up for them and got the vital goals. And and then he never missed a free after that to give fair to him. So that his confidence was up, and I thought he'd done exceptionally well.
Yeah. Now you've been involved in Ulster colleges for a long time, Neil. Is this a turning point where we get an amalgamated Down team when they actually win the competition is different than when they contribute to the competition as they have done in the last 4, 5, 6 years since they came in, and they made Mageean Cup very much more competitive, but they didn't win it. Today they've won it. Have we crossed the line here now?
But you know, once you're allowing amalgamations like that, you've got to just take it. Down have been knocking on the door for a number of years, and they've been working hard, and they probably deserve. You know, a lot of them lads have probably played in 2 finals last year and the year and this year. So I mean, it's great to see that it is spread about. As you say, there's a big spread of people going home to different clubs, different schools, and now have a Mageean medal, which is something they can cherish as they go along. You know, Maghera are a strong outfit. Them and St Mary's, you know, have a number of titles behind them. You know, and their schools are always going to be looking and saying, these amalgamations, are they going to beat us? But again, they just have to keep going. Maghera will come back. They'll win, I'm sure, a few more titles.
Cross and Passion.
Absolutely, sorry. Cross and Passion, St Louis.
Yeah.
St Louis have come in the last number of years. Cross and Passion are one of the major strong teams as well. And hopefully they'll come back. When you're beat by an amalgamation, sometimes you look and say, oh, they're an amalgamation. But you've got to, once they're in and once they're playing for a number of years, you've got to then get out there and beat them.
Has the dynamic changed though with the changing of the age grades and inter-county? Prior to last year, they were coming in as a minor team under 18, and they were losing a few of that team and building with younger players to put a team into the Mageean Cup. Now they're coming with an under 17 settled team and adding in players who are older. And is that a different dynamic?
Well, of course it is a different dynamic. The schools is different dynamic now with them going the under 17 now. So you are seeing players that bit older playing in these Mageean finals, but they're not able to play in the minors for their minor county teams. You know, there's no question. There's no doubt about it. I mean, it's like young Cassidy there is only 16 years of age. You can see there's got lads out there of physicality there for 18, and maybe that 16-year-old isn't getting the room that he deserves. He's probably doing it with his own age group, but he's not maybe getting the space that he wants to get when he's out with the older boys who are going to close him down a lot quicker.
I think, though, when you look at Maghera's achievement this year of coming back, reaching the final again with such an turnover of players that only Tiernan McHugh started. I think Michael McCormick, was said earlier on, started and was replaced by Fintan Bradley. So you're talking about, you know, a huge turnover of players inside a year, and Paul Hughes has pulled them together. And, you know, at half-time they're very much in this game.
No, all credit to Maghera. There's no question about that. They were in the game, as I say. They came out and just in the second half and maybe just, I don't know, the intensity wasn't there. Or the route one into Tiernan maybe just didn't work as well as they wanted it to happen. But you know, Maghera can hold their heads up high. They put up a good performance in tonight. But I just think Down had a wee bit more up front and a wee bit more of a spread of scores, which definitely showed in the end. And a number of the boys got on the score sheet there near the end, which is always good in the team if you have a spread of scores.
Yeah. And the other games were all hitting the target before half time. Today, a lot of them had to work themselves into the game, and they managed to do that.
Yeah, that's when you're starting to Mageean find maybe a wee bit of nerves, you know, a bit of the breeze again. You know, that maybe just sorry, the breeze was with them, but a wee bit of nerves maybe crept in early on. But as I say, the second half they definitely showed what they could do. And again, we said at the start it was the different styles of play, running Down like the run, with the ball. They've got the fast players, and Maghera played a much more direct style. And today it just didn't work for them, and Down's style worked.
And carrying the favourites tag into it, when you play so well in the quarter final and semi final, and then you come up against a team that weren't expected to get to a final at all.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and we did have Down favourites get in tonight, especially with the big score lines that they put on.
Okay, so Fagomich and Ish, Tommy Rogers and Shaw, Thomas McGreary, Agula Yanu, Brunning and Corn, August Fire and Cleha, no Emroar and Cleha, Marhiga Virginia, be Emroar and Cleha, Galhig, Ronan Blair, the full forward in the Down team, who has scored 3 goals and, from what I can gather, 7 points, I think it is. So there you have it down there. Ronan Blair picking up the Player of the Match award.
Yeah, and deservedly so. He had a great game this evening, there's no question, especially in the second half.
That's the representative there from Danske Bank, the sponsors of the trophy. And Danske Bank is a very, very good partner of Ulster Colleges, and I think Ulster College is a very good partner of Danske Bank over the years.
No, absolutely. Danske Bank.
Rashig, Tommy and Shaw, August. Tommy will be now presenting the cup for the first time to captain Kieran Watson. Everett. Now, Kieran is a student at my old school, St Patrick's Downpatrick. He's a member of the Ballygalgate Club, isn't he? Yeah, he's a member of the Ballygalgate Club, goes to school across the ferry into Downpatrick, and couple of Down minor championships for his club. He's an Ulster Ulster Puck Fada champion 2017. They'll enjoy that there. Those boys will enjoy that.
Yeah, it's great. They're going back. It's, as we said earlier, they're going back to a wide spread of schools. I think there's 10, 12 schools involved, and to go back to their school now with a Mageean Cup is a great achievement for them.
And of course, many of them are playing with their own school in hurling, and probably more of them are playing football with their own and hoping to add to their medal haul.
Yeah, a number of them be playing maybe in the Casement Cup as well for their schools, which is still going on at the moment.
Well, I think Our Lady and St Patrick's Knocker are playing this Friday in the semi-final against another combined team, Scullin and Huron, Tyrone schools.
Maherfeld beat Rathmore yesterday, so that's they're
Kieran Watson's going to give us a few words here now. You're not looking for an interview with him, or you just cut the finish? You don't want an interview with him, or you just cut at the end? Yep. First time the Mageean Cup has gone to Down now. I think it was introduced in 1963, and for a long time it was in the possession of Antrim schools, and particularly in St Mary's Belfast. I think they have about 30 titles, and the last one a couple of years ago, Maghera made the breakthrough, of course, in the early 80s, and we had more breakthroughs from St Louis, Ballymena. St Pat's Armagh won a Mageean Cup in 1982, I think it was, and it's gone around a few schools, but it's gone to County Down, and it's a county that has a proud hurling tradition, Neil.
Yeah, there's no question about it. As you say, Antrim and Derry have probably won most of the Mageean titles, and this spread of Down the schools is doing really good things for Down hurling. You know, the cup hopefully gets around all the schools and all the young hurlers, and get to see what they would like to do and win the Mageean Cup. And you know, this could maybe be a real big starting point for the amalgamation of the Down teams to take this on to the next level.
And I'm just looking down at the guy that's holding the cup now, Stuart Martin. Any chance he's going to take off in Regent House?
Well, I admire Stuart Martin. I'm sure he was out playing rugby for Regent House, and he's
at
a
the
fine
weekend, yeah.
at the weekend, and he's a fine hurler. He came out there and again he turned the game in the second half for them as well, and he put on a fine performance. You know, he wasn't far off young Blair for man of the match.
Okay, now we'll just to wrap up then, Neil. It has been an entertaining final, if not an intensely fought final. I suppose the first half was intensely fought, but entertaining enough.
Yeah, it's entertaining, fine. I mean, I thought the first half, as you say, different styles of hurling were meeting. You know, the more direct Maghera with the running. But Maghera put on a great first half performance. And I'm sure they went in and Paul gave them, said them, you know, dubbing out just thinking the wind's going to win this. They got to go out and put a hard second half in. And unfortunately, it just didn't work out for them. And Down showed that wee bit of, you know, they stepped it up. And once they got the confidence up, they certainly took it on and lifted it to another level as well. So all credit to Down. And well played to Maghera, but all credit to Down. They really undone. They did exceptionally well, getting themselves back in the game.
And a wee bit more celebration then for Danny Toner then after his engagement at the weekend. Okay, we'll sign off then from Upper Malone here at the Dub. So Fernand Dúin a win Crave Nagalashi, Crave Mageean and Mlena agus Visha Tilche go mai acu and scored Jerry and Shaw in the Dub and Dúin a cuaig a trí jeg College of Maghera a hena jay.